Hello, I'm Arabella St John Parker of Homes and Gardens magazine. Today we're heading to Staffordshire to visit a garden where symmetry and formality provide a glorious setting for sculpture and seasonal planting. The owner of this garden likes to live life in the fast lane, tackling everything she does with gusto. She describes herself as a frustrated creative and says that she's always known she would eventually make a garden, and not just any garden, but one with grand vision. She bought this property with its 7 acres of land in 1996, and since then, inspired by the gardens of Hidcote and Highgrove and governed by her growing collection of eye-catching sculptures, including this obelisk, carved from the same sandstone used to build Lichfield Cathedral, she has created a garden of alleys and vistas, rather than one of rooms. You have to have a reason to want to go into a garden, says the owner, and there's no doubt that when you enter this one, you're rewarded at every turn, be it with a sculpture like this hanging orb, which is in fact a bubble swing by Myberg Designs, by seasonally exciting planting, or with a view of the glorious countryside that surrounds this garden and which the owner has determined not to obscure. When the owner first bought the house, the land immediately surrounding it was filled with diseased and dying trees. Working closely with the Environment Agency, she cleared much of this, including a number of cherry trees. But it was these that gave her the idea of creating a cherry avenue, albeit in a more formal manner than the one she had had to remove. The cherry blossom may be fleeting, but as grand statements go, it's one to be admired, that huge expanse of pink sitting at the heart of what is in essence a finely structured green crown. With pleached hornbeams for the points and clipped spirals and balls of box as the base trim, the avenues gradually become havens of leafy cool as summer approaches. At various points around the garden, resting or viewing points arise, like this broken circle of clipped yew, created to enclose and to show off a stainless steel allium sphere by Ruth Moyer. Or this pavilion, built to echo the roof and white-painted barge boards of the house itself, and overlooking a parterre-inspired garden that is the perfect showcase for Neil Wilkins' spiky glass suncatcher sculptures. All around us, though, lies the countryside, softening the formal lines of the manicured garden and only just respecting the invisible boundaries between the two that the owner has so cleverly devised. During the early clearance work, the owner discovered the large stream-fed pond blocked by silt. Again, she worked with the Environment Agency to restore it to life, and now otters, brown trout and kingfishers have appeared. What better example could there be of man working with nature in perfect harmony?